I want to stay on the Diddy trial for right now. I do want to stay on the Diddy trial for right now. When is Unc gonna get out of there, man? Unc, you tripping, Unc? You gotta get out. You gotta be on stream, Unc. Unc.
17 of the Diddy trial. We
Where's the other lawyer that was covering this stuff? Hold on. Her, right here.
We are on the afternoon now. Really what should happen is the prosecution, that's where the prosecution objects. The objection is called form. You object to form.
Hey, T, thank you for the 10. It says, Ack, did he pay you a Billy? You not doing a freak off? Wait, if I gotta fuck Cassie? I'll fuck Cassie for $1 billion. That's a fact. Now, I ain't gonna lie. The only thing with the freak off, like, I'm still Jamaican, so it's like a nigga. You heard how the Punisher described it? Diddy's walking back and forth. Like, say you on the bed, he walking back and forth, pacing, beating his dick. I ain't gonna lie. That's like anxiety, bro. Like, I don't know if I could do all that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
When the question asked is like a multi-part question, where a yes may not, shouldn't
By the way,
necessarily
if you're watching on the Academy, hit the subscribe button, please.
be a yes to both things. Oh, Christy Lee, thank you. It says thanks for sharing your knowledge. Because of the jury reactions at times, do I still think they'll find him guilty? There's still time. Oh, there's still time. And remember, there's multiple things. I give the best wrap up. Thank you, clear and concise.
Yo, Anthony Arnold has donated damn near almost 15 or 17 memberships to the Academy. I appreciate you. Jamel Gandhi, thank you. He says, can we stop the Young Miami slander? She got the greatest box ever. She tamed Diddy. She seemed like she never did a freak off. Cassie did with other men. They in court now because Young Miami pussy actually secured the bag. So, he's agreeing with me that Young Miami stopped it, but he's saying Young Miami never did none of that weird shit. Okay. Low Life Brave says, Elon is high. He tweeting like the old Gucci man. Y'all remember the old Gucci tweets? That was crazy. Kelvin Beast, thank you for the 10. It says, Act got curious hearing about Baby Oil. I had to see what the hype was about. Tim D. the Barber says, yo, she looks like Cassie. You think that's when we were showing the pictures of Gina, and then we're also showing the pictures of who else? Daphne Joy. C4A says, Act, shut the fuck up with that shouting, man. I can't even have my TV on normal level. You watching it for your TV? All right, bro, I'll calm it down for you. Bro. I got you. I love you, bro. James, he says, pure entertainment. Shadow C says, why is Elon Musk and Donald Trump beefing? I gotta call my Secret Service connects to figure this out. Legendary, thank you for the 2. He says, check your DMs. Daphne used to be friends with Cassie. Miss Derry Temple says, power turns into a freak off. Miss Derry Temple, thank you for the 20. She says, 50 Cent gonna produce the freak off film show. So that's gonna be the next power, the freak off show? Okay. Torrance Lee, thank you for the 5. It says, Diddy was finna have a freak off with 50 baby mom the night he got arrested. That kind of seems like what it was. Legendary says, Jane is Jade Ramey. No, that's not true. Michael Ajala says, use Chat GPT. I found Turk's pictures in 5 seconds. Did you find it with 50 baby mom? Tim the Barber says, 50 got in her head and started to guilt trip. That's why 50 was gonna go tell Trump about all the things Diddy said about him. Yeah, I think 50 was hating a little bit. Yeah, bro. If you find out another man fuck your girl or the mother of your child and he having her do way more freakier shit than you ever did, you gonna feel away. And also, you never liked that nigga from the get-go. Legendary thing for the 2 says, Jane could be Shanta. He dated her after Lori. Nope. We figured out who it was. Ariel Jenkins, thank you for the 20 so much. I love you, girl. You always supporting that. All right, now, Ack. The Lauren lady's okay. But she's no Caucasian chat queen, okay? By the way, Ariel is our Caucasian chat queen, okay? So she's setting it straight. She says she's okay, but she's no Caucasian chat queen. Grass-fed, free range, no filler milk. Shraggy? Shout out to all the chat queens, also the chat queens from the Academy. Hold it down. Ariel, I love you, girl, honestly. Pedro, 707, thank you for the 20, says, what up? I've been watching you for 10 years. Much love from Mendocino, California. I love you, brother. Thank you for the 5, says, Ack, what if it did happen, but they got the date mixed up, but they were both high in drugs? I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm not saying that that little drug addict, what's her name again? Banna, I don't think she was lying. I think these incidents happened. Again, what y'all have to understand is, and this is why like, while Unc was going on his rant, I try to show y'all different perspectives because I do think the majority of these things happen. I'm trying to look at it how the court process and how this is proved, because here's the thing. There's so many different things to prove that something happened. If you report like something happened 15 years ago, why you report it 15 years ago? Is your memory all the way there? Again, these are just ways how people could beat a charge. So I'm not saying these things didn't happen. But again, in the eyes of the juror, they might be like, well, we got to go off what we know, not what we think. Right? Kelvin B says, you trying to make your own long crime network. Yeah, shit. We got to. We've had conversations on that aspect. What else? Can we talk about it? Thank you for becoming a new member. Rose Gold says, doesn't justice mean money? Is a bar. She said money means justice the day before. Diddy's lawyers are cooking. Line crosses, thank you for the 5. Love from Discord. Your server still fuck with you. Nobody bigger. I love you guys in Discord. Thank you. Chat, this weekend, I want to take about an hour or two. I'm trying to find like an appropriate time. I want to go kick it on Discord, and I'm going to kick it on our Twitter spaces, our community. So we're going to have a community Twitter space. Y'all get to chop it up with me. Again, it's going to be for just who's in there. Obviously, this is just not a pay-to-play place. So like if you want to ask a question, obviously no trolling. We're trying to, interact with our community here. And, last night I hopped in Discord. And my Discord usually jump and they're talking all the time. And I see it a little quiet for a little bit. And I was like, maybe we're lacking a little bit of enthusiasm and energy. So let's chop it up. So I love you guys over Discord and even at the communities, okay? Spaces community, I guess. Frank Black, thank you for the 5. So speak for yourself. When we find out who Jane Doe is, we're definitely blasting her name. I didn't tell y'all who Jane Doe was. I never told you that was 50 Baby Mom. Not ever. Okay? Eric Weston, thank you for the 5, says, look up Diddy's American Idol stare.
I've never seen the full segment of the viral.
I gotta actually get some advice from my brother and my sister. So.
Okay, see, that's where he lost.
Maybe I might be off page. I don't know.
I think you're very talented. I just personally agree.
Now, I'm gonna tell you like this: it's talented, but hey, it's time to make some changes. Detroit is in the building.
Detroit is in the building.
Detroit is in the building. Diddy?
That's how exactly.
Now, I'm gonna tell you like this.
You're invited to the freak off. Okay, got you. Got you. You got to give Nicole extra credit because she exposed Nicole who? Oh, Westmoreland? She exposed Tyrone, the fraud, lawyer, the fraud in his testimony. This will affect the other cases. Sheeny Beanie, thank you for the 5. I said Drake used dumb fan tweets in his lawsuit and act glazed. I didn't like his lawsuit. No, Sheeny Beanie. I don't like Drake's lawsuit. I think he has a point. I don't think he's gonna win. I don't like. You act like I'm like, oh, Drake got the best. No, I've never said Drake's gonna win. I said Drake's gonna lose. Pull up the video of Blueface Warren DG.
See, I don't plan on having a baby mama.
What you mean? You don't never
I'm not gonna have no
nigga.
baby mama, bro. Whoever I have a kid with, she's with me for life. It ain't. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody.
It all starts like that.
That's exactly how you think. I'm not.
Sometimes the kids break y'all up, bro. Sometimes the kids be the reason y'all break up.
How the kid gonna break me?
Still doing Nah, the kid gonna break.
Somebody said, do you think KK will expose other celebrities? I'm wondering if she'll take the stand at all. But thank you, Most Hated Goat.
Yep, because her emotions gonna get the right.
KG Kellen says, that's my cousin. Who's your cousin?
She might feel like she got something to hold against you, so she gonna be acting different. She might be using the kid to boss you around, to keep tabs on you. And then that might cause you to be so stressed out like that. She like, nope, this, that, nope.
Do it really matter? Do it really matter?
Nah, females are, they petty, bro.
It is. I noticed
What?
that all girls is
Yeah, they all like that. It's not just one or two. All of them are petty. So the second y'all get into y'all little situation, y'all little Twitter beef.
See, I don't plan on having a baby mama.
What you mean? You don't never
I'm not gonna
plan on
have no
it,
baby
nigga.
mama, bro. Whoever I have a kid with.
Brandon Wood, thank you for the two. It says Miami in the building. Mr. Chronicle TV said I can still win for DDG because the internet got to see the girl for who she is. Yeah, I get it. You expose who she is, but it's still gonna hurt you more than it hurts her. Okay, let's see. Sean G live. Who is live? Simone is live. Is she in court? She gets out pretty quick all the time.
The same version of freak offs. She said, I don't want to do these anymore. And Diddy said, all right, well then let's just break up. Okay. But he said, let's just break up. But if we break up, I'm not paying your rent. So I'll pay 3 months of your rent, but after that, you're gonna have to pay your own rent. Well, this doofus decided. He offered her. He told her, what allowance would you like? She said, I want 15,000. He said, I'll give you 10. She said, okay. Do you know this doofus? Mind you, she already said her only sources of income were being somebody baby mama, and I'm not gonna say who, somebody
50,
baby mama,
50,
and the money that Diddy would give her. And this girl takes 100% of her Diddy allowance and says she wants the nicest, fanciest $10,000 a month.
She take the entire allowance and gets an apartment for the exact amount. She takes $10,000. Yeah, you know women don't know how to budget. They say $10,000 they getting to go get a $10,000 apartment. By the way, I want to shout out to Esmeralda Garcia. Thank you for the order on the Academy or the academy.shop. Who else? We got Marcus Allen, my boy. God damn, he dropped the bag. He got the mystery box. Okay, my dude. Okay, we're going to put some baby up. No, I'm playing. We ain't going to do that. Mystery boxes come with like different merch items and stuff like that. Some of the stuff that's like gone, that wasn't coming back, but we still have quantity of it. Let me see what else. And then we have, who else is this? We have Yusuf. What's up, Yusuf? I appreciate you for your purchase on the Academy, bro. By the way, the academy.shop, if you guys want to cop anything, I'll bring it up one more time. Not blog, .shop. Here we go. So the academy.shop, if you guys do give a fuck about anything we got going on. All right, bet. I think we're almost out of this. Yeah, it's only for big niggas left. XL, 2X, 3X. Who wear 3X in here, man? Shout out to y'all, man.
Rental home she can get in LA. You doofus. How selfish. You have a responsibility to take care of your kid. And she hates her baby daddy. And don't get me wrong. Let us know in the chat. Shake your ass, sure glide in the chat if you hate your baby daddy. There's nothing new there. That happens. But if you hate your baby daddy and you got the opportunity to get a $10,000 a month allowance from someone, I think it'd be a more responsible thing as a mother to say, all right, maybe I'm going to take $5,000, get me a nice place in LA, and take the rest and put it away for a lonely day. Maybe I need to hire a lawyer. Maybe I get into it with my baby daddy. I hate him. I don't want to be dependent on him. She wanted to do every fucking thing but work. She'd work her mouth.
What?
But she didn't want to get up and get a job. I'm talking about this lady on the stand who pissed me off today. Because she is really making true S-traffic women and women who got knocked in the head and knocked in between the wash and dryer like Cassie did look like they're not true victims. Buy a house, $10,000 a month. Buy a house. Why are you leasing anything, you doofus? But literally, I felt the testimony. I said, girl, this ain't what you think it's gonna be. She testified that Diddy was manipulative in that when she would articulate she didn't want to have the freak offs no more, he'd say, okay, well then you want to break up. But if you want to break up, I'll pay 3 more months of your rent. But after that, I'm not paying your rent. Guess you didn't want to stop that much. Listen, at the end of the day, you were a prostitute. That's all it was. You were a prostitute. And now you're mad. Diddy got arrested. By the way, she never broke up with Diddy. She stayed with this man all the way until the day he got arrested. I think those were her hooker heels and her teddy hanging up in the closet when the feds came and got him, as well as the pink powder. Because remember, when the federal investigator came in and testified as to what was found in the hotel room when Diddy was arrested, it was substances. And then on cross, they elicited it was also women's clothing, women's shoes, women's stuff in there. It might have been hers. I don't know. She also testified, though, to a lot of y'all, and y'all not going to get me put out this courtroom now. I'm not going to confirm or deny who it is. All I can go by is the testimony that was elicited, because that testimony is already, it's a public transfer, public record. But here's what I tell you. This is what they better come up with tomorrow. Okay, so today they talked about how Diddy wanted to watch. So things were fine for the first 3 months. First of all, this girl, shake your Astro Glide, she has no conscience. Let's start there. She has no conscience because she opened up. How did she meet Diddy? She had a bestie. She had a homegirl who invited her to Miami to celebrate the homegirl's birthday while on the yacht. And the homegirl was dating Diddy. Oh, thank you so much for that super chat. Ooh, thank you so much. And we're going to show. There we go. Thank you so much for that super chat. Hold on, let me see if I can put it back up. I really appreciate it. I'm doing this from my phone. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Tamiko. It says somebody is doing too much on IG. Let me see. What's he doing on IG then? Girl, what's he doing on IG? I'm not speaking to him. I'm curious. What's he doing on IG, y'all? Thank you so much for this super chat. By the way, y'all, remember, the super chat is going to the Panty Fund. I'm so grateful. You guys helped me. I've been here longer than expected. I ran out of draws, so I had to buy a 5-pack. I bought a 5-pack from the TJ Maxx. I got it on sale too, $2 off. Anyway, hold on. There's the police moving the gates. You know, they always want somebody move. Here we go. All right. Go for it. Yes, shake that Astroglide. I'm your legal bestie, Attorney Simone, and this is my YouTube channel, which is called Girl, Is That Legal? And whenever a bombshell happens in the courtroom, I come out and I shake my Astroglide. Yes, so come join us. Shake that Astroglide, because today was a bombshell. Yes, today was a bombshell.
I need a photo of that.
Oh yeah, hold on. Somebody, this photographer wants a picture of the Astroglide, like Vanna Black. Here we go. Okay, please do. It's Attorney Simone Redwine is on IG, but you can find me on YouTube at Girl, Is That Legal? So yeah, shaking that Astroglide. Y'all, I'm so upset. This testimony was so stupid. Listen, let me get back to it. Here's the problem, and then I'm going to tell you what I think tomorrow we need to see for it to actually be helpful, relevant testimony. Here, let's go back down. Hold on. Oh, also we've got, it says, hi, Simone. Wouldn't the prostitution aspect be illegal? So here's the thing. She's not a prostitute because that would be a goofy, silly stretch. So great question. If they are trying to say that she is a prostitute because he's paying her bills, they're going to lose the jury. Because he does that for all his girlfriends. You can't be a puppy and not help pay your girlfriend's bills. Now, the first thing that she established, hold on. Let me go back to the beginning. I'm going to leave this comment on the stage so I do not forget it. But there we go. Hold on. I don't want to miss the rest of y'all's comments. Okay, got it. Sorry, I had to take it down for a second. But I would say the question is, can Jane Doe be used to prove up prostitution? And I'm going to...
All right, we got Lauren Conlon. She just checked in. Thank you, Lauren. Lauren just posted. Lauren Conlon. Here you go. Oh, she got Twitter, too. I just realized Lauren Conlon, Twitter. Is this her? Here's my baby.
Update from the back of a taxi cab. Now, before we got started, Diddy's defense team got briefly scolded because apparently Diddy was staring at the jury and nodding his head in agreement when Nicole Westmoreland was cross-examining Brianna Bongelin, and the judge just kind of gave Mark Agnifilo a very stern warning saying, you know, if he does this again, he's gonna be kicked out of the courtroom. So there was that. And then we saw a piece of evidence get admitted by the government. I think I brought this up before lunch. It was text messages between KK and Cassie, September 30th, 2016. This was the date. And the 29th was apparently the last day that Diddy was at the Trump Hotel in New York City. And the text message started by saying, hey, I just found out some crazy shit. And then, you know, she told Christina what happened, and Christina Coram said, what? No way, seriously? And then Cassie said, you know, I have to stay away. So we saw those text messages, and, you know, we've heard multiple accounts if Cassie saw the balcony dangling incident or not. Even Cassie herself kind of ended her testimony with, I saw what I saw, and I'm still not really certain as to what that is exactly, but here we are. And then we heard from Enrique Santos. He is part of the U.S. Attorney's Office, the investigative unit. He performs forensics on electronics, and he extracted 3 cell phones of Cassie's. He talked about how certain data is extracted and why deleted data might look different, again, when we're seeing it on the screen through text messages and whatnot. And he kind of talked about how this data is the deleted data, most of it was coming from WhatsApp, and so Cassie's name was missing, the reason it was missing, and yeah, emojis aren't always included in the data that we're seeing when it's extracted, because it doesn't support, or the emojis aren't supported in PDFs. And there was a very brief cross-examination by Tenny Garagos, and she just kind of talked about how, or she wanted to reiterate that most of the data on these phones that he extracted was deleted. Oh, and then she asked about, I guess he said that there was 1 or 2 capture dates, and he had said, you know, this is probably accurate. And she just brought up, you know, you said these capture dates and these text messages that we saw, or examples of, you said it's probably accurate. You know, why is it not 100% accurate? What does this mean? And he just said, you know, he speaks in probability, not in absolute, because he wasn't there to capture the actual data. However, what we're seeing, the capture data on screen, is mostly accurate. So that was that. And then we heard the direct testimony of Jane Doe, which of course is not finished, but Maureen Comey was questioning her, and she grew up in California. She said that she finished junior college and then worked at various restaurants and did modeling. And when she met Diddy, she was a content creator getting paid for certain social media posts and whatnot. And she met him because one of her friends was seeing Diddy, and she met him in 2020. And Diddy had paid for this girls' trip to Miami for her and her friends. And she said they kind of clicked, but nothing really happened because her friend was seeing him, and they exchanged numbers, and he was texting her, and she didn't really show an interest in him, she said, until her friend got engaged and moved overseas. And this was maybe a few months later, because she said she met him, I believe, in September or October of 2020. And she actually said when they exchanged numbers, they called each other Bert and Ernie. And actually, Maureen Comey said, you know, do you know who this is? When she first got on the stand, and there was a picture of Diddy on the screen, and she said, yeah, Sean Combs. And this goes for every witness. And she said, do you know him by any other name? And or did you call him any other name? And all the other witnesses are like Puff, you know, Diddy, Puff Daddy. And she said Schnookums, Ernie, and it was a moment. I was like, oh, okay. So anyway, so
Yo, chat. Yeah, I think I can't call Lauren Schnookums, right?
So she described this first girls trip in Miami as, you know, Diddy took them on yachts. He had movie night at his house. They went to, you know, great dinners, and it was great. And then they kept in touch. And then eventually, she said in January 2021, she eventually decided to meet up with him again in Miami. He offered to get her a hotel, and she said their first date lasted pretty much 5 days. And she had disclosed to him on this first date that she dated someone that was very close to him, but they broke up in 2015, and that her baby daddy and Diddy did not get along. And apparently he was fine with all of that. And she just describes like this crazy love story. She was very in love with him. And again, I'm just telling you what we heard today, so nobody get mad at me for any of this testimony and whatever. But yeah, she said that they watched the sunset, they went for a walk on the beach, and it was wonderful. And then a month later, she said she told him it was her birthday, and he planned this trip for her in Turks and Caicos and then the Bahamas. She said they took his private jet, and it was amazing. And she said that this trip, you know, she did try ecstasy. I think maybe she did ecstasy, but she'd only tried it 1 or 2 times in her life, like years prior, but she ended up taking it 9 or 10 times, she said, on this trip. And she said that she accidentally took a whole pill and was basically convulsing on the beach when they were walking, and like KK had to try to get her into a shower to make her calm down. And she said she eventually calmed down, but she did try the ecstasy again. She just took less of it. So she talked about how, again, they had an amazing trip. They were so in love. They were so passionate. And at the end of the trip, he offered to give her $10,000 because she was away and she couldn't work. So he wanted to make sure she was okay. And she accepted it. And she said, I thought it was really sweet. And Comey just said, you know, would he give you cash or wire? And she said both. And then they talked about more drugs that she would take when she was with him. And these drugs, she said, were offered to her when they would start to have sex. And then, you know, she said, what did you learn about him during sex? So we just heard, you know, that he liked certain songs playing. He liked her to dress in stripper heels, lingerie. And she also said that he liked for her to have baby oil all over her body. And then she said that this was pretty much February of 2021 to May of 2021. And then in May of 2021, after they had been having sex for like 12 to 15 hours, they were watching porn. I'm just saying it for the algorithm, like that. And he suggested like, oh, you know, this is a fantasy. And you know, would you be interested in that? Would you be interested in that? And she was like, yeah, okay, I guess. And she just said she wanted to make him happy. So she said, yeah, okay. And he just said, would you want to do this with someone? And she said, okay, again, thinking that she was just placating. And then she went to the bathroom. When she came back, he said he looked all serious and he was on his phone, and he was like, great, I'm going to arrange it tonight. And she was like, oh, okay. But she said okay, she wanted to make him happy. So they go to a hotel, which they called them hotel nights, moving forward, excuse me. And same thing, she said that she saw assistants set up the room, red lights, you know, all the things. And he knew someone named Dawn. He talked to someone named Dawn that was coming. She later found out he was from Cowboys and Angels. And she described what they did, very similar to what we've heard before. And she actually said that after that, she felt exhilarated and excited. You know, she made him happy because Diddy seemed so happy. And, you know, she said that she thought it was a one-time thing. And it turns out that it wasn't, because he suggested they do it shortly again after that. She said, okay, she'll do it. And
again.
And then she pretty much said that after that, she would sort of suggest that she didn't want to do it anymore, but he would be dismissive of her and just be like, okay, whatever. And then at a certain point, he started paying for her house. And she didn't really do much of anything else, except she described like always being on call for him. So she always had to like look perfect. She talked about working out all the time, getting her nails done, her hair. And she said that he would say, well, okay, you don't want to do this like type of thing, fine. Do you need 3 more months in the house? Because I'm not going to pay for someone's house that I'm not with, or something like that. So she said she felt obligated to do this. And she said she felt frustrated and obligated. And at one point, because she couldn't work, she brought up doing OnlyFans, and said her friend made $4 million. And he was like dismissive of that, I guess. And she felt like
of course, he's rich. Yeah, your friend's a whore. She made $4 million. Fuck out of here.
Needed his permission because he was her boyfriend. These are her words. There was an email pulled up between her landlord and someone from Diddy's team paying the wire, and her, so we could see that he paid the rent. But I want to point out, I will not be at court tomorrow, so I will try my best for another update.
Okay. Yeah, me and Lauren, we kicking it tomorrow, Chad. I ain't gonna lie to you. She put I'm sorry. Anyway. Okay. Let's see what. I know Sean G gotta be live. Where he at? I know he gotta be live. He ain't live? Unk not live? Alright, Logic gonna be live. Or not. He's gonna have a video. Let's see. No, not yet. Okay. Back to Shreddy.
More facts. Tomorrow, what I was anticipating is, we all know her baby daddy is Diddy's arch nemesis, right? Or she said in court they don't get along, and they had like it's very well known that they don't get along. I'll say that. Therefore, if there is testimony that's elicited that says, for example, that Diddy took the X tapes, right, from their hotel nights and was threatening to show it to her baby daddy, then we're cooking. That's coercion. You see what I'm saying? Because that would be more akin to what happened with Cassie, how he threatened to send S tapes to Cassie's mom. That could also help.
Yo, let me pause this right here. Diddy never in his motherfucking life would ever try to play with 50 Cent like how he played with that bitch ass nigga Kid Cudi, and he played with all them other niggas. You see, niggas know who to play with. You see, Kid Cudi was playing around. You know Kid Cudi was a bitch. You can play with Kid Cudi like that, nigga. I'm gonna blow your house up, nigga. I'm gonna go through your Christmas present. You know that's what that nigga did. He ran up in his house and opened that nigga Christmas present. It was right before Christmas. You think he doing that to 50? Man, 50 would slap Earth, Wind, Fire, and all the fucking semen out of this bum ass nigga Diddy. You crazy?
It's not this. But what I am anticipating and what wouldn't surprise me is if by tomorrow, we just had a little bit of testimony this afternoon. We came back at it started at 1:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30-ish, and we left at 4. It ended at 4. Is that I said, what we need to see tomorrow is, did he take these tapes, right, of her with these S workers and threaten to release it to her baby daddy, who would humiliate her? Is that what it is? Because if absolutely, that could be used towards coercion. That could work, because that is also consistent with Cassie talking about he would threaten to release S tapes, right, to her parents. But this chick was with him, never broke up with him. Cassie broke up with him. She did not break up with him. She was with him on the day he got arrested. Let me tell you. So this is why I think when they get to cross-examination, my concern is that Brian Steele or Nicole Westmoreland or anybody on the defense is going to tear her butt up. It's going to tear her a new butthole. Here's why. Hold on. I want to thank you guys for these super chats. Okay, yeah. So I think we did this one. Wouldn't prostitute? It could be prostitution, but prostitution is going to be a stretch when it's your girlfriend and you're giving her money. I don't think with this kind of jury, with those hardworking everyday people on that jury, that ain't what you want. You don't want to get them turned off, and you don't want them to make them feel like, oh, this is just complete ridiculous waste of time, and that the government is just up here overcharging. It says, I'm glad you got your panties. Oh yeah, love your coverage. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. Got that one. And all right, let's go back to the lives. So it says, why are you shaming the victim? Because I don't believe that she's a victim. Not yet. They have not presented her being a victim of anything. So if you disagree with me, you are welcome to. Let's talk about it. Put it in the comments. But as of now, what they haven't showed me was a victim. What they showed me is a woman who was a professional baby mama who doesn't want to work. And
hey, that's a lot of these bitches in the industry. Let's keep it a bean, chat. I'm a little drunk, so I can't even really just give it buttoned up for y'all. I gotta call it what it is. I gotta call the bitches, bro. I'm sorry. A lot of these bitches out here, they don't want to work. Professional non-workers. You feel me? The only work they'll do is sex work. They some of them, they're good at pleasuring a man. I ain't gonna lie to you. They definitely usually, that's how they get a baby. They good at pleasuring a man. The mouth game is immaculate. The throat, no gag reflex. You playing ping pong with the tonsils. Shit's crazy. They got that little vice grip pussy. They got some shit. I can't even lie to you. They might have the BBL still. That's a fact. But the reality is that these bitches are lazy. Let's keep it a bean, chat. This woman got pregnant by 50 and is now fucking with Diddy. And she's getting an allowance of the sort of $10,000 a month. And she's getting money from 50 for a kid. Not one time did she ever say, you know what? I don't want to work a job. So let me put this over here, this over here, this over here, invest in here, and try to free myself from maybe having to get a regular job. She rather get on her hands and knees, fuck random men, and come on now, chat. So far, I'm in agreement with this woman. Today, I'm not in court, but I read whatever my man Matthew Russell typed out on Inner City Press. She don't seem like no victim. She said she was learning new things from Diddy. What could you learn from Diddy in a goddamn freak off? Tell me what you could learn from Diddy. What different type of flavors of semen exist? It's like Taste the Rainbow. It's like Skittles. What the fuck? What the fuck you learning a goddamn freak off? Talking about I was learning a lot from Diddy. He would show me new experiences. Bitch, you 34, 35. Fuck you learning. You got a kid at home. Mommy, where is Sire? How the fuck you learning shit in a freak off? Then she green as fuck. I keep telling you, Diddy was good till he got with Young Miami. These non-black green ass bitches, you get anything off with them, bro. That's the thing I will say about a black woman. You start saying too much weird shit, they're like, hold on now, nigga. You stop that fuck shit. With a little non-ethnic, whatever, you kind of say, you know, I think tonight we should fuck a giraffe. You sure you want to get a giraffe? All right, let's how are we going to get into the zoo? Don't worry about that. I got a giraffe. They're down for it. A black woman is going to clown you. Ew, you weird, nigga. What the fuck? Nigga, you gay? A black chick ain't going to rock with that type of shit, man. I'm telling you, Diddy had a ironclad program till he fuck with Young Miami. Young Miami a freak. Some of these, I know some black chicks who love getting peed on. I can't even cap with you. The peeing shit, I think Young Miami was down with. She was like, come on, pee on me, Diddy. It's when Diddy said, all right, I got a nigga to fuck you. Young Miami was like, you must be out of your fucking mind, nigga. Diddy was getting bold. You had Cassie since she was 22. Really, you met her at 19. She said she learned giving head from you. She started her bobblehead game came from you teaching her. It's one thing. Diddy started feeling himself. When you get a grown-ass woman in her 30s, she 34, talking about she learning from you, and her baby daddy's 50 Cent, I could imagine Diddy think he could tame any chick. He probably think I could tame all these bitches. I get all these bitches to get down with the freak off. What? By the way, I keep telling you, the price of coochie these days is low as shit. The price of coochie these days is low as shit. Let me explain what that means. It not means you're buying pussy. It's that women are so free to give up themselves that no one could hold themselves in high standard to require too much from a guy. So even if you into some weird shit and she is a little bit hesitant, you grease it with like, you don't got to do no well, first of all, she was getting fucked for $750 a day. Get these bitches, oh, I pay for your hair. All right, cool. Fuck it. The price of pussy, the pussy market is in a recession. Women have no standards. They're talking like men. They got rosters. They fuck everybody. I keep telling y'all, this only benefits men. So, I think Diddy start feeling himself. Remember, he got Cassie at 19. He got Gina at 22. All of a sudden, he got his ops baby mom at 34. He got Young Miami at 28. But here's the thing. You can't get no young bitch from Miami. Where's she from, Dade County or is it Broward County? Them chicks ain't like, they not. You almost got to square up with bitches like that. Like, come on now. That's how I believe Diddy fucked this whole shit up. Should have never got a ghetto bitch. All your chicks should have looked Japanese or Chinese or looked like Cassie, Gina, and the other one. What's the other one called? Daphne. Anything goes with them.
And who was having sex with her boyfriend in freaky-dicky type of ways because she enjoyed making him happy and she enjoyed
Let me get another Coca-Cola.
allowance. That is not, what is she a victim of? I'll wait. I will wait. That's exactly what I'm waiting for, is evidence of her being a victim of something. She's not even a victim of prostitution. I actually don't believe that prostitutes are victims because prostitutes are willing persons. The difference between a prostitute and an S worker is that an S worker is doing it due to threats or coercion. So S working is not voluntary. Prostitution is. That's the distinction there.
The OJ.
So we can respectfully disagree. I appreciate respectful discourse, and you were being respectful in my chat. So welcome and thank you, Simone. I feel like.
Okay, where is Unc? Unc, we need you to make sense of this, Unc. We need Unc to make sense of this. Is Unc not here? Unc is here.
No eyewitnesses.
Unc is here.
Puffy was at Kid Cudi's house. The LA cop that said he came up the street and saw the black Escalade leave. He don't put out
APB.
Be on the lookout. He don't pull over the Escalade that Puffy is supposedly in with a firearm. He say he just let it go. Come to find out, the street Kid Cudi live on is a cul-de-sac, meaning ain't no other outlet. So you gonna see this Escalade twice and not pull it over. Kid Cudi said Puffy blew up his car. All right. Arson is a part of the RICO. 5-0 come out, fire department come out. They do a DNA swipe, fingerprints. The DNA come back to
a woman,
a female.
Hey, chat. Shout out to who this? Shout out to my man Too Cool Chris. Yo, shout out to Too Cool Chris. You know what I mean? He copped something off the site. I actually just copped a hoodie. My boy with the Academy hoodie. Shout out to you, my boy, and also shout out to he copped the sweatpants. My man, Kamel Gauze. Thank you, my boy. Thank y'all, man. Y'all go cop this shit, man. Like we got a few more inventory that we got to clear, and then we finna drop. I approved a new lineup for July 4th. It's gonna be nice.
I thought Puffy did it. The DNA come back to a honey.
You say a honey.
Well, where's the fingerprints? Where's the DNA? The LA Police Department destroyed it.
Destroyed it.
The evidence that they collected of the DNA being a woman is somehow missing. This is when Alexandra Shapiro, Puffy's lawyer, asked for a mistrial. Y'all introducing this evidence. You got these witnesses getting on the stand lying about Puffy blew up this man's car, and ain't no evidence that he was even there. No evidence he was even there. No evidence he was even there. Alexandra Shapiro said, mistrial. Judge, I put in a mistrial. They tampering with the evidence. Then they bring who else they brought on there? They brought on Mia.
Are you doing a little recap? Let him cook, chat.
She meet with the prosecutors 27 times. Mia, why did you meet with the prosecutors 27 times? So that we can understand my story.
That was crazy. You meet with a prosecutor 27 times that they can understand. Nigga, this shit can't be Game of Thrones. What the fuck you got going on? If somebody got to tell me a story 27 times, something wrong with that fucking story, chat. Something wrong with that goddamn story. There ain't something wrong with that story. Stop playing, chat. Something wrong with that story.
That's what she said on the stand. She sued Puff for $10 million. Dawn Richard sued Puff for $6.4 million. Then they brought this girl up here today, well, they brought up there yesterday, Brianna Bongala. She tell this whole elaborate Santa Claus Easter Bunny, Woody Woodpecker, Bugs Bunny story that Puffy hung her over the balcony, brought her back. She said on the stand, she fought her way back. That's what she told prosecutors. She met with federal prosecutors 7 times before the trial. She met with them yesterday, probably met with them today, met with them Wednesday, Tuesday, met with them every day this week before court. Cassie texted her yesterday before court. Deontay texted her yesterday before court. Hey Deontay, hey girl. Hey girl. Cassie and Brianna, they just ain't platonic friends. They more than that. They more than that. Because Brianna only like women. She don't like dudes. She ain't attracted to dudes. She don't want, she got girlfriends. She like, you know what I'm saying? That's her thing. What's happening, baby?
What up, brother?
I see you.
How you doing?
Oh, thank you, man.
I love it. Hickey Freeman.
Appreciate you, man. The Hickey Freeman joint.
Tell little Sean I said, what up?
My man. Brianna and Cassie get together. They smoke weed. They sniff blow. They do GHB. They do Molly. They do ketamine. They do Cocoa Puffs.
Yo, chat, what's Cocoa Puffs? Y'all gotta put me on game. I want some Cocoa Puffs. I want some Cocoa Puffs right now, chat. I'm on Amazon. I need some Cocoa Puffs. That's cereal, right? Like, you put cereal? Like, Cocoa Puffs. You put cereal with the fucking drugs? How'd that work? Ain't it should be like it's mighty delicious or something like that?
To keep me from going cuckoo for the great chocolatey taste of Cocoa Puffs, I'm going to ride up and down this elevator all day. That's Cocoa Puffs! Yay! Go for Cocoa Puffs! Go for Cocoa Puffs!
Chocolatey tasting Cocoa Puffs, a part of this balanced breakfast with 10 important vitamins and...
What does got to do with drugs?
They do all of these drugs together.
How's that a drug?
Puffy stepped to Brianna and say, yo, stop getting Cassie so high. Puffy tell Cassie, stop hanging with her. Brianna get on the stand and she tell this big Jiminy Cricket leprechaun story, Easter Bunny, Santa Claus down the chimney on Christmas Day. Puffy hung me over the balcony. Sidebar. This sidebar. What's happening, baby? All right. She tell the prosecutors.
That was a dope moment.
Puffy hung me over the balcony. I fought my way back. Then he grabbed me and put me back over there. She told the feds he put her over there twice. Then he picked her up and then threw her onto the balcony furniture. She hurt her back, bruise on her leg. She was wearing a neck brace. She don't call the 5-0. She don't call the ambulance. She don't do none of that. She said she went to a chiropractor. Check that out right there. This man just threatened your life, but you go to the chiropractor. This is her story. This is her story. Don't blame me. She said it in the court. Don't blame me. The prosecution put her.
Wait, Diddy fighting over cereal. The cereal was Cocoa Puffs?
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank.
Why the hell did Diddy keep saying? Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yo, if Diddy ever called me from prison, I only got one question from him. Why did you say no homo, but when you're homo? Like, this is kind of crazy to me. Chat, I'm Jamaican. There's own like, why is Diddy like denying being gay so bad? Bro, you like semen.
Thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed, at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, that's how. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older. His
10.
Older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying?
It went from Frosted Flakes to Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, these niggas don't got no taste. Frosted Flakes taste way better than Cocoa Puffs. I don't know what these niggas got going on.
Put her on the stand. Prosecution put her on the stand. She go to the chiropractor. The chiropractor say, "Who did this to you?" She said, "I ain't tell him. I just paid and left, and I got a neck brace." Nicole Westmoreland said, "Yeah, but next week, the following week, you and Puff, you was at one of Puff's shows. He let you come backstage. You in the dressing room, you got front row seats. And Brianna, you took a picture at the concert. You took a picture with the neck brace on. Click. And then after you took the selfie, you took the neck brace off and went back chilling with Puff." True story. True story. This is what the government, this is what the prosecution's witnessed. The prosecution, under its own volition, under its own choice, with its own judgment, with its own decision making, on its own choice, chose to put Brianna on the stand. Yes, they did. 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 And Nicole Westmoreland said, Nicole Westmoreland from Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta. Shout out to Morris Brown College. I used to live in Atlanta. I went to Morris Brown, historically black college in Atlanta, Georgia. Morris Brown is the best college in Atlanta and the state of Georgia. You know why? Because I went there. That's why it's the best. Nicole Westmoreland said, "Oh, you gonna put her on the stand? I bet. I'm with that." Nicole Westmoreland said, "Yeah, I'm with that." Nicole Westmoreland, you understand? The first thing she said to her was like, "I got it on the top of the dome, but I got it written down. But I got it on the top of the dome." You understand? Because my memory is so money, right? Nicole Westmoreland said, "Brianna, do you understand that you've been given immunity from prosecution as long as you tell the truth? Do you understand that?" Brianna said, "Yeah." She said, "You know that you could be prosecuted if you tell a lie. Do you understand that?" Brianna said, "Yeah." Nicole Westmoreland said, "Who makes the decision whether you get prosecuted or not for telling a lie?" Brianna said, "The government." She set the tone. She set the tone. But Brianna think this is a joke. She thinks she playing. She thought when she first met with the government, she thought it was a meet and greet. And then when she saw Nicole Westmoreland, she thought that was a meet and greet too. Fool them, devil. Fool them, devil. She thought Nicole Westmoreland was a meet and greet too. But Nicole Westmoreland wasn't playing the radio. She don't play the radio. Brianna tells this elaborate story, put the neck brace on from the chiropractor, take the selfie, click at Puffy's concert, then take it off and go back out and chill with Puff and Cassie at the concert. After Puffy dangled her over the balcony twice, 2 weeks later, her and Puffy sitting down smoking the blunt. Her and Puffy smoking weed together after that. Nicole is like, why this man did this to your life, threatened your life, but you going to his concerts, you smoking weed with him. Why are you still going around him? And you met with Puffy again at Cassie's crib at the same place where the balcony was. And you went back to the same apartment where the balcony is. You wasn't scared? You wasn't scared? Come to find out. Y'all stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Let me get my stuff right here. My phone over there. Stay right there.
Hold on. All right, goddamn. My boy Sean G. Now, he getting right, though. Hold on, chill. Let him cook.
Rihanna.
Actually, I'm going to skip forward because I want to hear him talk about Jane Doe. Here we
Bring
go.
her over the balcony.
Oh, we still didn't get to Jane Doe yet? Jane Doe, the fuck? Brianna's a liar. She's just making shit up. We want to get to Jane Doe. Jane Doe is a 50 Cent baby mama, and she's over here doing freak-offs. We want to know what's really going on. Sean G, get to it, bro.
Y'all got to give me 500 thumbs up, man. Y'all got to give me 500 thumbs up. I got 377. Double tap that screen, give it a thumbs up. Let's put it on 500. It's hot as a firecracker out here. It's like 80, almost 90 degrees out here. I'm sweating all in this shirt and my hat. I'm still cool though. I still look good though. I still look money though. Brianna, isn't it true, Brianna, that this balcony incident never happened? Now Nicole Westmoreland is hocus pocus, keep the focus. Hocus pocus, keep the focus. Nicole Westmoreland focused on her. And all the answers she could give is, I don't remember. I don't remember. The same thing Mia was saying, oh, you gotta ask my psychoanalyst, you gotta ask. Now we asking you. Then Nicole Westmoreland, she tired of playing with her. 469. I need 27 more. I got 473. Run it up. Nicole Westmoreland playing with her for 2 days. Nicole Westmoreland like, man, I'm done with this. Nicole Westmoreland from Atlanta. She's from Atlanta. Old Georgia girl. Old black girl out of Georgia. Nicole Westmoreland out of Georgia. She from Georgia. She from Atlanta. I used to live in Atlanta. I used to live on Buford Highway. I used to live in Austell, and then I stayed on the campus in the AU Center at Morris Brown. Morris Brown, the best school in Atlanta. You know why? Because I went there.
Yo, chat, why is your unk in his bag?
Nicole Westmoreland tired of playing with
Saba.
She said, could you please put up the picture? There's a person in the court that's in charge of all the information technology. They put up the pictures and this and that. And Nicole Westmoreland, very professional, said, could you please put up the picture that Brianna sent from her phone to the government? They put the picture up. And this is the same picture that the prosecution entered into evidence. The prosecution put the picture up there first. The picture is dated September 26, 2016. What's up, baby?
Hold on. Your Unc is a star now. We're trying to get to Jane Doe. I want to hear Jane Doe. We might have to get to Logic though, because Unc he break it down a lot.
Miser introduced the picture. Brianna had a big old bruise on her leg right here, and her back was all red. The prosecution put the picture in. Nicole Westmoreland said, yo, put that picture back up. The original ISIS Steve. What up, man? Nicole Westmoreland said, all right, I'm gonna use your picture. Put that picture back up. They bring the picture up. Nicole Westmoreland looked at Brianna and said, yo, what's the date? What's the date on that picture? Treadmill Games. The original Sister Seed. The original Sister Seed. Nicole Westmoreland said, I'm gonna use your picture. Put that picture back up. Yo, Brianna, what's the date? Brianna said, September 26, 2016. Did you send that picture, Brianna? Yeah. Did it come from your phone, Brianna? Yeah. Is that the metadata on the picture, Brianna? Yeah. Did you alter the metadata on the picture, Brianna? No. Nicole Westmoreland said, bet. I got it right here. She said, Brianna, didn't Puffy give you a job to work on the Bad Boy tour? She said, yeah. Puffy gave her a job to work on the Bad Boy tour. She said, do you remember the schedule of the Bad Boy tour? You didn't finish the whole tour. You only did a couple of dates. She said, yeah. She said, Brianna said, I don't really remember. Nicole Westmoreland said, well, let me refresh your memory of what you told the prosecutors. Read that, and when you're done, look up at me. When you finish reading, look up at me. Brianna, don't you see that on September 25th, Puffy was over there in Newark. He was down there in Newark, New Jersey, at the Prudential Center. He was on stage with Lil' Kim performing on the Bad Boy tour that he was nice enough to give you a job on September 25th. He said, Nicole Westmoreland said, Brianna, on the next day, September 26, 2016, Puffy and Cassie were in Harlem at the Boys and Girls Harbor Benefit up in Harlem. They was in Harlem. Puffy and Cassie was in Harlem on September 26, 2016. But the picture you gave the government, that the government put up, say he was hanging you over a balcony in LA. Isn't it impossible for somebody to be in two places at the same time? Prosecution said, sidebar. They call it sidebar. They call it sidebar. Prosecution called it sidebar. Share this video. Hold on, let me get my water. I'll be right back. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Now let Unc get right. Hold it. Unc is chill.
Hold up, let me get some water. Wait a minute.
Chat, you know I realized I've been getting drunk. Yo, you know I poured this amount of like liquor? This is probably about 8-9 shots right here. I know I could be getting drunk now.
The prosecution objected. The judge called a sidebar. Judge Submarinian. And the judge is fair. Judge Submarinian is fair. He ain't favoring the prosecution. He ain't favoring the defense. He letting them fight it out. Y'all fight it out. Fair and square. I ain't favoring you. I don't care nothing about you. I don't care nothing about you. I'm going by the law.
Yo, chat, we gotta rate Unk drip. Unk got the immaculate drip. This not no chopper suit. This is like a Unk suit right here.
Brianna, aren't you aware that on September 26th?
By the way, chat, you know I gotta go to Taylor or something like that to like get some like, you know, shit like this. This is gonna sound sad to y'all, and I'm not trying to get sympathy. I only have about probably about 3 or 4 suits in my closet, and 2 of them I wore to my grandmother's funeral and my uncle's funeral. So I can't wear those again. So they just gotta stay there. But I don't really got like outfits like this. I gotta get swaggy, bro.
2016, that you said Puffy hung you over balcony.
This is not a chopper. Yo, do y'all remember the chopper suit? Look. No. Yo, I'm gonna hit a Chopper for interview. Y'all remember the Chopper suit meme? Look.
He was at the Macy's store on 34th Street doing a signing. So Brianna, which one is it? Was he hanging you off a balcony, or was he at the Macy's store doing a signing, and was he up in Harlem at the Boys and Girls Harbor? And then this is where Nicole Westmoreland killed the game. This is where she killed the game.
What's that?
Nicole Westmoreland put the receipt from the Trump International Hotel. That's where Puff stay at. When Puffy was staying in hotels.
By the way, real quick, I do have to pause it. So somebody sent me a radical idea. Chat, these days I have no life. Yo, I keep telling y'all, yo, chat, if y'all want me to be like y'all favorite streamer or just be always accessible to y'all, I said it to somebody, I'm like, I see what my chat hates when I'm in relationships, because relationships take away from me streaming. I have nothing to do these days. I'm like bored, okay? I play Fortnite, I do regular shit. So, apparently Wayne is dropping an album tonight. I don't have nothing to do. I'm not bringing no bitches on dates. I don't got nothing going on. We're going to cut the stream at some point. But Wayne is doing Carter 6 tonight. Would y'all like me to come back? Like, not now, because we're going to still cover whatever with this. But later tonight at midnight, would y'all like me to come back and just listen to Carter 6 with y'all? We could do it on Rumble and Kick. Y'all let me know. Anyway.
New York, he stayed in the Trump International. Stayed by Trump. And he showed the receipt from September 24th, 2016 to September 29th, 2016. Puff checked in. September 24th, 2016. He didn't check out to September 29th, 2016. On September 25th, there's a room charge for breakfast. On September 26th, he pays a $5 runner fee. He has in-room dining, $210.31. In-room dining, $107.84. In-room dining, $102.77. In-room dining, $340. And then on the next day, September 27th, $21.57. So Puffy was hanging off a balcony in LA and eating room service at the Trump International at the same time. He was doing both with artificial intelligence. He pop up over there and then he pop up over there. He was doing both. He was in both places at the same time. Nicole Westmoreland to Brianna on the stand. Brianna, do you agree that one person can't be in two places at the same time? Brianna, you testified under oath that Puffy assaulted you on September 26, 2016 on the balcony. The prosecution said, sidebar, sidebar, sidebar. Time out, sidebar, time out, slow it down. Sidebar, sidebar. They came back from the sidebar and Nicole Westmoreland. I need everybody to share this video one time, please. Let's get 2,000 people in here. Let's get 2,000 in here. What's up, how you doing? Come on, come say what's up to my people. I'm live on YouTube, come here. Come here.
To the back.
Huh? Nah, I ain't preaching, they ain't no religion. Do you want to come on here or not? All right, stay over there then.
Go ahead,
Nicole Westmoreland ain't playing no more. Her patience is short with Brianna. Brianna, tell the court, Puffy did not cause you the injuries in the photo. Brianna says, I can't agree with you. Brianna, and this is the voice, this is the tone that Nicole Westmoreland is saying all this, and the jury right here, everybody in the courtroom, I'm in the overflow, everybody is blown away by what we just heard. Brianna, Puffy didn't cause you the injuries in the photo. You gave this photo to federal prosecutors.
Wow.
Brianna, Puffy can't be in California and New York at the same time. Brianna, you came in here in this courtroom and you lied to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I have no more questions. Sidebar, 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 sidebar. That was it. That was it. Then the prosecution tried to get up and introduce another thing saying that it happened on September the 30th. What's up? No. You ain't finna do all that now. No. I asked you. Okay, the podcast was sold.
What is it?
The podcast was sold. Go on YouTube. I asked y'all if y'all wanted to be on it.
But we didn't know what it was.
All right, well, you got to take advantage of opportunity when opportunity come your way. Opportunity
Tell
like
her.
a jealous woman if you don't stay on top of a shit.
Oh, Lee.
And I gave you a shot.
But we had to.
Well, I got over 170,000 subscribers.
That's
But look, y'all in the way now. Now you distracting me.
Get to it, Uncle.
The after Nicole Westmoreland said I ain't got no more questions, like Easy-E, the prosecution got up and tried to introduce a text message from Cassie to KK that Puffy hung Brianna over the balcony on the 30th. Conveniently after Puffy checks out of the hotel. And then Nicole Westmoreland didn't even sweat that. She was like, man, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. You busted already. You busted already. Then Then the next witness, hold up, let me get my phone right there. Stay right there, don't hang up, stay right there, hold up. Then the next witness the government called is some forensic cell phone analyst from the Southern District of New York, a Spanish dude, Enrique Santos. He worked for the feds for 17 years, and he's been a cell phone forensic analyst for.
So that's so he's speaking about the cell phone analyst. He probably was on the stand for about 20 minutes. All he said was, hey, listen, so if someone gives me a cell phone, I take the data and I bring it to a level where the prosecutors could deal with it. Or even if it's a defendant, I take that data and I bring it to data where people could make their case. Okay?
Dipsy Dumpster. Why would you bring these witnesses? Why didn't you do your homework before you put these witnesses on the stand? Puffy legal team, Mark Agnifilo, Tenny Garregos, Alexandra Shapiro, Jonathan Bach, Nicole Westmoreland, Brian Steele, the black dude Donaldson with the bald head. They killing them, man. They killing them. Puffy's lawyers are far and above better than the prosecution team, man. It ain't even no competition. Whatever the prosecution do, Puffy lawyers, they eat that shit up. They kill it. They kill it. Listen. Now, the judge, I went back in the courtroom after I came out and did my live, and they said that the judge admonished Puffy and threatened to throw Puffy out the courtroom because when Nicole Westmoreland busted Brianna up there telling lies, Puffy looked over at the jury like, yeah, there's some kind of gesture, like, yeah, because the jury, I guess when Nicole Westmoreland busted Brianna, the jury must have looked at him like, yo, what up? The jury must have been like, yeah.
Back to what I was saying, chat. Nicole Westmoreland, best lawyer on Diddy's team, is showing the jurors, yo, wait. Diddy's that guy. Yo, they're lying on him. She's proving the narrative that he's not as bad as they think. That's why you're hearing this interaction. Here we go.
You see what it is. You see it. You see it. And Puffy made some kind of gesture, and the judge told him, say, yo, I'm going to throw you out of here if you make any kind of movement or gesture to influence the jury. I'm going to throw you up out of here. Puffy, chill. Puffy got gray hair, all his hair gray. Nigga beard gray, but I knew he was coloring his hair because me and him the same age. I knew that. Your hair ain't jet black like that every day, and you damn near 60. Stop that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Can I ask y'all a question? Can I ask y'all a question? If I can ask y'all a question, put a 3 in the live chat. Can I ask y'all a question? Put a 3 in the live chat. I gotta keep moving. I gotta keep moving in the sun so I can get that good vitamin D. Hold on, let me get my phone so somebody step on my phone. All right, the 3. All right. So look, here's my question. Here's my question. What's the date that Brianna said Puffy hung her over a balcony? What's that date? Put it in the live chat.
Let's get to it.
Another question. Let me ask y'all another question. Next question. What city and state was it alleged that Puffy hung her over the balcony in? Where was the location? Put that in
California. California. Win the bet. Win the bet. California.
Check them out, y'all. Check them out. All right, check it out. Check me out. On September 26, 2016, where was Puffy at the Boys and Girls Harbor Benefit? Where was that at? Don't say New York, say Harlem. Say Harlem. It's different. New York and Harlem is different. You gotta block out Harlem. You gotta say Harlem. There you go. Alright. On that same day, Puffy went to a signing at Macy's. Where was that at? Alright, check me out. Can I ask y'all another question? If I can ask you another question, put a 4 in the live chat. This a big one, y'all. This a big one.
Okay. All right. Chat. I know you love this. And y'all will be so mad at me because we got 24,000 people in here. Chat. I'm trying to come back for Carter 6 and it's gonna piss y'all off. I'm about to get off for like 4 hours. I'm sorry. Carter 6 comes out at midnight. I want to be streaming at least 2 to 3 hours of it. I'm going to get off. Please, go watch him. You can Google him. It's a podcast for soul. It's a big act. You know what it is. But chat, people have told me this Wayne shit means a lot. I could sit here and just enjoy this, but chat, please. Okay. So, we'll get to a little bit more of Sean G later, but please, if you guys could show some support. I'm going to take a few hours off, but I'm going to try to come back for the Carter 6 response. Carter 6 dropping tonight? I'm hearing there's Nicki. I'm hearing there's Baby. I'm hearing there's, of course, the GOAT, Drake. I'm hearing so many people is involved. Please allow me to do.
So the Diddy and Cassie situation has been getting freakier and freakier by the day. The more and more I hear about these allegations, Diddy is a freaky man, the king of the freak-offs. And Cassie, you feel me, she was young, vulnerable. But like what Ak said, she could have left. Like, Diddy was not holding her. Well, you know, this is what's hard for me. Allegedly, Diddy wasn't holding her hostage, but she said on the video that came out in the hotel where he hit her over and drug her back, she was trying to leave one of the freak-offs. And Diddy said, oh no, you're not going to leave the freak-offs. You got it. Yeah. Wait till the dude, bust a nut, allegedly. Then all over you, then scrape it off, go in the other room and rub it on my nipples. That's what he wanted. It sounds so crazy to say, but that's what Diddy wanted. Like, we seen him in the robe. I thought he was just fresh out the shower, but allegedly he was probably butt naked. I'm surprised there was no baby oil on her or him, or she wiped it off. That's why he was so mad. It was no baby oil on. Hey man, I genuinely feel bad for Cassie. I feel bad for her husband too because he has to be in court and he's listening to all these things. And I don't really think Cassie's lying about anything. Like Cassie just seems like a nice girl, probably like gentle, innocent, like, and she just wanted a career. Like, man, I'm struggling here because I want to be very, very honest about everything, like my point of view. I don't think Diddy was the best of best people, and I think everything he did to Cassie was wrong, and it was definitely manipulative and all that stuff. But like, is it sex trafficking though? Like, this is what he's charged for. Like domestic violence, yes. Assault, yes. Like probably some a bunch of other crazy stuff, yes. But sex trafficking, bro, I don't know if you could say he was sex trafficking. But it's only day two of the trial. And I'm gonna be very, very unbiased about every single thing I say. It's day two of the trial. Diddy is he's there every day. They say that he's looking white as hell, he's gray as hell. He's, you feel me? They said he was looking at Cassie the whole time. But day three, four, five, six, seven, we don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe 2 weeks later, there might be someone else taking the stand, and we don't know how that's gonna go. Maybe like 3 days later, there's gonna be a new person taking the stand, and they just expose everything about Diddy. Like, we don't know fully everything Diddy's done yet. Like, there might have been men that he was having free calls with. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, Act was the line about what he said. Diddy should just came out and said that he was a flexible, bro. He should just said he was bisexual, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And what Act said, bro, all these rappers gotta come out who was around Diddy, like really, really hung around Diddy and was like really cool with him. They need to come out and like, yeah, yeah, bro. You gotta defend yourself, your integrity. You feel me? But your boy Big Act News. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And do you feel like Diddy's innocent or do you feel like he's guilty? And we're talking about sex trafficking. Like, we're not talking about is he a good person or not. Do you think he's guilty of sex trafficking, Cassie? It's your boy Big Act News, and I'm out.